well and not having to work today. It is currently 13 degrees, so it's not too bad. A little bit fresh, but it's all right. As you can see, coming out a little bit later. What is it now? Coming up to 10 to 6 in the morning, and yeah, we've got a decent amount of light, so we'll probably be out for half hour, 45 minutes if you can stomach it. We'll probably make our way along here all the way, and then maybe sort of have a quick walk around the meadow, and then we'll make our way back. So hopefully you can join me for that this morning. Get the administration out of the way, I guess. What's everyone's plans for the weekend? I think I sort of went through most of ours sort of yesterday when we were out for the stroll. Azra pavement, gone. I'll run through it again. So obviously a normal routine this morning. Got to be to mum's by 7:45. Run her around to the hairdressers. Then she wants me to take her to the petrol station, get some fuel in the car. So I'd have to do that quickly with her, because then I've got to be back to get James and Julia. I think we've got a meet in the town, or village car park, should I say, for 9:10. You know, James has got a team building with his football team this morning, and a salt course challenge thing, which I think are pretty good for their age. Obviously some parents were going to do it as well, but no thank you. I'm not going to get myself absolutely caked in you know what. It's far too old for that now. Go on, Azra, good girl. She'd probably love it, knowing her. But yeah, that'll take us up to lunchtime, all being well, traffic permitting, and then sort of pretty much a chilled out sort of Saturday afternoon. And then tomorrow we are, come on Azra, good girl, we are doing the cafe in the morning. Then we've got Costco. I think we've got to go to the range as well, and Julia texted me she wants to go to Iceland as well, so that'll probably be for her Slimming World stuff, I would imagine. And then there's this football all the way in the afternoon, isn't it, really? I can't remember all the games that are on tomorrow, but the most important one is Liverpool versus Arsenal from my point of view. Don't switch off, don't shoot the messenger. I will probably watch Stevenage as well today on my viewing package that I've got with the football club, so I can watch their games on the telly. I just need to log in and what have you, so I'll probably sit down and watch that as well. They're doing all right this season, 3 wins out of 4, so yeah, decent start. They just don't score many goals. It's bloody frustrating. It really is like tense 1-0 wins and stuff like that. But hey, I suppose that's what we do as football fans, put ourselves through it every week, isn't it, really? So yeah, it's not too much, Good morning to you, JJ. You're from India, it's saying. Well, thank you very much for tuning in and viewing. Do make sure you like and subscribe. We are in the UK. Come on, Azra, good girl. Come on. We are in a little village near Cambridge, so about 30 miles north of London. It's not, sometimes you say Cambridge, people don't know what you mean, but you say sort of north of London, people sort of have a better idea. Thank you very much for people that are subscribing during the stream. Thank you very much to, is that Julian? Sorry, this phone is really small. To Detra as well. Thank you all for tuning in. Come on, Azra. She's very slow this morning. Is it too early for her this morning? So as I said before, maybe some people tuned in, we are heading along this road towards the meadow area, which is actually probably the best kept secret in the village. Not many people seem to know about it, but it's a lovely, lovely sort of green sort of meadow parkland, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's just, I don't think it gets used enough at all. But we're going to go and have a look at it this morning. What we're having a look for. The breed of the dog, sorry, I'm trying to talk as well as look at your messages, so I do apologise. She's a cross between a Labrador and a Beagle. So she's got the Labrador size with a Beagle colouring. And when she comes, come on, there you go. And she's a rescue dog, just I know I've been through this before if people have been on before, so I apologise. She's a rescue dog from North Macedonia. She was found in a cardboard box at the side of a road, absolutely fearing for her life. And in fact, she still hates anything bigger than cars going past now. And she was brought back up to health because she was sort of malnourished as well. Brought back up to health. And we did the old paperwork and pet passport, all that sort of stuff. Come on, Azra. It's alright, I'll stand in the middle. Doing a wee now. I'll stand in the middle of the road. Here we go, come on in. Everyone's watching for you. Where are we? We're in the UK. As I say, a little village near to Cambridge. So probably about 25-30 miles north of London. And as I say, it is a bit chilly this morning. I'll just show you. I have got my hat on. It looks a bit ridiculous, this hat, but it's got a light on it, which is helpful when you haven't got much light. It's all right this morning. If you try to tune in during the week, you'll have noticed I've really been struggling with the light. And I probably will sort of start struggling doing the lives during the week, sort of into September and October and beyond. But at the weekends where I can come out a bit later, obviously I'll always carry on doing it. People seem to enjoy it. Have I forgotten my way home? Definitely not. Definitely not. Come on. Come on. Home is way back that way. Oh dear. She's definitely cute, and she's definitely a little bit cool. I'm not going to say she's really cool because she might be listening. Right, is she going to... Yeah, she's just going to the toilet. Guys, bear with, I'm just going to sort her out. Just one sec. Look at the sky for me. Wait, Azra. Enough. Why don't you go and look at the phone? People are watching you. Sorry about that, guys. I am here. Right, here we go. So, she's a lot lighter now. If you haven't joined me before, this is our sleepy little village, as I say. We're very, very lucky, although there are new houses going up everywhere. It's still kept its village charm just about. Come on. It does feel a lot better being out a little bit out later, I'll tell you. Right, what have we got here comments-wise? She, obviously, is a female. Her name is Azra, and we are heading towards the nice meadow in the village. As I've said, it almost is a very, very well guarded secret, because you know, whenever you hear about the village, no one ever talks about that, and it's really, really nice. And you'll see, hopefully, if you stick with it, it is really nice. We'll be there in about 5-10 minutes. Just got to get rid of. Come on, got to get rid of a mess. I am still here, guys. Yeah. Azra, this way. Yeah, it's not far to walk. I mean, nowhere's that far to walk in the village anyway, to be honest with you. But I try and change the walks at the weekend. During the week, obviously, time is limited and you sort of got a bit more of a set routine. But at the weekends, thankfully, I don't have to work. So I've got a bit more flexibility, although, obviously, again, Saturday mornings are a bit of a set routine because Mum likes me to take her to the hairdressers. And I think come sort of the more winter mornings where they start getting a bit colder, Mum won't want to get the car out and everything, so she'll want me to help her more. So, and that's fine. Obviously, that will not always be all right when James has got football matches and early kickoffs and stuff like that. Wait, there's a car coming. And James has got football matches and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge as and when. Azra, we're going to go right when we get to the bottom. She was all over the place this morning. I think she's had some doggy moonshine or something. She just doesn't know where she's going. Oh, dear. So as I say, if you are new, do make sure you like and subscribe. It does really mean a lot to the channel. Getting ever closer to the first sort of big milestone on YouTube, I suppose, which is 500 subscribers. That's where they start noticing you a bit more, I think. Obviously, I'm miles away from sort of video content, whether it be shorts or videos. But as I've always said, and again, if you are new, as I've always said, this is a hobby for me. I don't do it to get paid. It will never pay enough that I can ever stop. So I just do this for my own enjoyment. I do it so people can enjoy the lovely walks that we've got in the area. I've done many different ones in Cambridge, London, Broxbourne where I used to live, Cheshunt where I used to live. You know, I try and do a bit of exploring. She usually comes along with me as well. She didn't do the London one, obviously, but she's done everything else. Yeah, she's pretty good. It's only if she sees a dog or a cat or a squirrel, you know, that she's a bit of a nutter. But then I think a lot of dogs are like that, aren't they? And she lives with another dog and she lives with another cat. So it's not like she's not used to it. Now, where have we come out? Right, we need to go this way, Azra. Come out further than I thought. How well I don't know the village. So this is the high street now, if you've not been with me before, because we have done this before. Yeah, it's before the cruise I did this, so it's over about 5 to 6 weeks ago, I suppose. Now we did this same walk, or roughly the same walk. There is a far more extended walk we can do, like over the back of the fields and around and come out here. But I just haven't got that amount of time this morning, unfortunately, because it is good for your steps, good for your fitness. But as I say, because we're having to come out that bit later now, it limits me as to what I can do with obviously everything else I've got to do in the mornings as well. So, although I did do my chores before I came out, unloaded the dishwasher, reloaded it. So I've been a good boy. That'll get me some brownie points, hopefully. Come on, Azra, let's go. This pub here on the right hand side with all the scaffolding up there, it's the Dolphin pub. And that is where Azra goes to the dog cafe. She's not been for a while actually, because obviously I'm now back at work and Julia's obviously been at work the whole time. But I was taking her every Tuesday and she loved it. And you can almost see she knows where she is. You can see her looking. And obviously it's completely shut at the minute. It's having a complete renovation. And hopefully it'll be a lot nicer once it all reopens, which I think is sort of around October time, they're saying. But we've not a lot of roof on it at the minute. You would wonder when it's going to be opening. Anyway, not that we're pub people, but it's nice to have a nice pub in the village. And in fact, that was one of the first places after COVID when the government sort of did this eat out scheme and stuff. We started going there because, you know, it supported the local businesses and we could walk there, so you could have a beer or two, or a glass of red, whichever you prefer. Now, we are now heading up towards where the meadow is, so you can sort of get the gist of it. Come on, Azra. Come on, Azra. Come on, Azra. Come on. In front, good girl. So this is sort of a single track sort of road, and there was no signage from the main road about this. And then we come into the first sign you get is that one there, nature reserve. And I mean that, guys, I'm not exaggerating that. So unless you knew it was here, you wouldn't know it was here. Quite incredible. I've flown my drone here a few times because obviously it's, you know, there's no one to sort of interfere. And I did ask actually, there was one worker up here one time and he said, yeah, no problem at all. You got all the necessary, not permits, but licenses. And I said, yes, which I do. When I got my bigger drone, I actually had to get the licence and insurance, which means you can fly any drone up to a certain weight and size. So it's quite handy to have. I mean, I've only got the 4K Pro DJI drone, and that's good enough. But you, again, even that, you have to give yourself room to, come on Azra, you have to give yourself room to take off because it's got quite a big wingspan. So this is the sign for the meadow. It's a bit covered up with the condensation, but that is it. And I'll just show you this little sign. Here we go. The late Queen Elizabeth II Fields in Trust. And that's the Diamond Jubilee 2012. That plaque was done. Yes, we're coming, Azra, sorry. You don't care about rocks and stones and plaques, do you? Come on. Good girl. Go on, go on. I'm hoping I don't get lost in here again, guys, and I say that in jest, because it's just a sort of a flowing sort of circle almost. But I probably am going to get lost because they've blocked off routes in certain directions, and it's flipping annoying. So I went that way, and you can sort of come back round, but it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm hoping this way is the correct way to go. I think it is. Yeah. that way is a no-no. That will just completely cut the whole out to the perimeter off. So this is the best way to go, to sort of go around the outside. Other dogs have messed there and knocked it up. There's one thing that really annoys me as a dog walker, is people not clearing up after their dogs. Very, very dewy underfoot. So now I can feel it. Even though my dog walking shoes are waterproof, I can still feel it. It's sloshing up the back of my legs. I've only got my shorts on. That's the first sign winter's on the way, isn't it? When you start getting these cooler mornings. We need to keep an eye on it as well because of the tortoises. Sort of anything below sort of 10 degrees. Come on, Azra, I don't think we want to go that way. It takes us to the river. There's nothing beyond that. Anything below 10 degrees, they have to come in. Lots of these benches, there's lovely places to sit. And yeah, we have to sort of look at the weather forecast sort of almost every day now, whereas sort of before we went on the cruise, sort of June, July and the beginning of August, it wasn't a problem. And now, obviously 1st of September on Monday, yeah, you just have to have a wits about you a little bit more, especially with the tortoises. Obviously it's still perfectly fine for me to be coming out in shorts. I mean, I could have probably done it in my t-shirt this morning, but I have got a jacket on. So in a minute, you will just see, it's called the River Mell. Now why it's called the River Mell, I don't know, because it's hardly a river. Whether it turns into a river somewhere along, maybe I should do my research a little bit better, but I don't think it does. And you'll see a little river, and I put emphasis on that little in a moment. Thank you for all the likes and comments that are coming in, really do appreciate it. I do try my very best to keep up with as many of them. I think I'm up to date with the comments actually. Just make sure you're liking and subscribing, it really does help the channel massively, as I said earlier on. This is a small channel, but I'm getting closer to that first milestone of 500 subscribers, so all your support is really well appreciated. Really took off sort of prior to going on the cruise, was doing the lives. People seem to really enjoy them, and also when I was on the cruise, God, do you know what, I could have stayed on that cruise ship for a year and I could have had a massive client base of subscriptions, because it was just crazy the amount of people that were subscribing to the lives and the vlogs that were being done. Quite incredible. Right, and this is the River Mell, and as you can see, there's not much of it. It does flow all the way around the village and out sort of towards the other villages, but this is it, where you can see the other side. That is it. It's a stream, isn't it? It's not a river, it's a stream. Come on. I mean, what pleb came up with the River Mell when it's basically just a stream? I'll never know. Come on, good girl. Come, Azra, come on. I'm not walking through stinging nettles. Anyway. So we'll make our way back out the meadow. We'll then make our way sort of round the road that we were on, and that will bring us out sort of at the moor, where James will be playing his football this season, although we probably won't see that pitch today because we're not going in that direction. We'll sort of cut across, sort of make our way back home, sort of thing. Come on, Azra, good girl. So we won't see his pitch this morning. We see his pitch most mornings, Monday to Friday. Depends what walk I do tomorrow as to whether we see it. I might do the village walk tomorrow, the Villages walk, which is sort of Melbourne, Meldrift and a little bit of Shepherd. I might do that tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. I don't know whether I want to have a line or not. But we'll see. It is Sunday, so maybe I can go out a bit later because we're not going out till 9 tomorrow. Azra, come, good girl. We'll see what happens, but just make sure you've hit the like and subscribe and the old bell because you'll know when I'm live. And as I've always said, if you can't stand my voice, just put me on mute and enjoy the walks, because we've got some lovely walks around here, and as I say, people seem to enjoy it, and that's great. I'm doing it anyway. I'm out with her. She needs the exercise, I need the exercise, so I just enjoy bringing you guys with me as well. Wow, I've been going 26 minutes already. To be fair, I did say at the beginning this is probably going to be about 45 minutes this morning. Oh, this gate seems to be jammed. Brilliant. There we go. Working in the countryside, guys, you get crazy styles. Right, here we go. So we're now heading back the way we came. And the good thing is, a lot of this walk we avoid, and I say main road. The high road at this time of the morning really isn't that busy at all. I think if you've been with me the whole way through, you'll have seen that we've seen one car this morning. Azra, this way. Come on. You know where you're going. So yeah, this route basically avoids any real busy areas, if there are any busy areas in the village. But this certainly keeps us on the back roads, as it were, so that's nice. You will notice, obviously, Azra doesn't come off the lead, because she is a rescue dog. Her recall is not brilliant, and as such, it's just not worth the risk unless there's more than a couple of you out with her, just in case anything was to go wrong. And at this time of the morning where we are, there's just as likely the opportunity we see rabbits, deers, as well as dogs and cats, squirrels. So it's just not worth that risk, to be honest. In the earlier lives, I did have a few people sort of bemoaning me, sort of saying, oh, you know, you're not training the dog properly. And that's fair. We've done very well from where she was. She will do all the normal commands like heel and sit and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, recall is a problem for her. And I'm not running around the village and beyond trying to get her back. You know, there is a train line that sort of runs right over the back of the village, and unfortunately dogs have got on there and been sort of hit by trains, so I'm not going to be the one that tells the family that's happened. I actually did have to, I belong to a drone club that is obviously mobilised if people go missing in the local area. And there was a dog recently that went missing in the neighbouring village, and unfortunately that ended up on the railway line and getting hit, and all very, very sad, but it happens. And that's the unfortunate thing. But it's a good little thing that sort of the local drone club have done, and it only works if you're obviously about, doesn't it? You know, they send emails to everyone for mobilisation, as it were, and then if people can, you know, go out, they obviously respond saying that, you know, they go out and this is where they're going to be going, and to sort of look, and they sort of build up a bit of a grid pattern. It's a good idea. And when this did happen, I mean, I was out with both the drones. I had Julie with one, me with the other. So we've got a few batteries, so I was able to sort of keep it flying. We think we were up for a good hour. As I say, unfortunately, we never found the dog. I mean, it's like a needle in a haystack, isn't it, really? Unfortunately. But we tried, and that's all you can do. And that's all I would hope if anything ever happened to her, or Ralph, for that matter, though he's less likely to do a runner. You know, people do the same for us, so... There's not enough good deeds in life, I don't think, unfortunately. So, anything you can do to help others, I'm a fond believer of it. It's like Julia used to help an old lady out. Didn't know her really from Adam. I forget even how they even met. But in the end, Julia was sort of taking her shopping and stuff like that. Before she was sort of back in full-time work. And it got a little bit sort of taken advantage of, I think, you know, certainly towards the end, you know, where she was calling Julia at all times of the day and night, and it was just a little bit messy towards the end. But she wasn't being horrible. She just didn't realise she was overstepping. Anyway, she's now getting the support that she needs, the proper support. Obviously, Julia's now back in full-time work. She was working sort of part-time, a couple of days a week, but with James now at senior school, she always wanted to sort of get back to doing something for the mind, and that's what she's doing. She's working very close to home. She enjoys her job. Well, we both enjoy our jobs, and we're both working very close to home now, which is great. Makes travelling a lot less painful, that is for sure. Right, so this is one of the main roads out of the village, as you can see. Not a lot going on. As we were walking and I was talking, there was another car, so I'm going to be honest and say we've seen 2 cars this morning. And then if you've been with me before, you'll know there's a little walkway coming up just in front of this white cottage. You can even see maybe the green public footpath sign, old style. Yep, we're going up there, Azra. Yep, come on. And yeah, as I say, we'll be coming out into the fields, and I think you'll sort of recognise, if you've been with me before, you'll recognise exactly where we are. We'll just come onto it from a different sort of perspective. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Do maybe like and subscribe. And the first pain in my side, and I'll say pain in my side rather than something else, is I can see someone with a dog in front. Kicking apple for Azra. Yes, there's a woman with, well, I think it's a woman, can't see, but let's say a person at this early stage with a dog. Now, I'm hoping we can avoid it and go round. Azra, we're going to go round. We're not going to go and see the dog, because you're just nuts. They've clocked us already as well, that's good. And I bet you they will cut right across. Everyone seems to do the same thing, every time. There's the back of James's school over there, and actually for the first time, what's it now, 6:20. Now that was happening an hour earlier before we went on the cruise, the sunrise over there. Quite incredible the difference it's made in sort of 4 or 5 weeks. We were obviously on the cruise for 2 weeks, and we've been back sort of a couple of weeks as well. She's going the other way, which is fantastic. So hopefully, as I say, if you've been with us before, you recognise exactly where we are. These grass, these pitches need cutting. Now, this is not James's pitch. He has played on these pitches when he was slightly younger. His pitch is at the other side of this field. We will not be walking alongside it per se, but we will see it. I don't know if it's been marked out yet. I don't think they had the last time I was here. Or if they had, I didn't notice. Just as likely I didn't notice, guys, to be honest with you. Lovely 4G pitch there that we helped to fundraise for. We also got a grant from the FA as well. This is like a sandpit, sort of 5 years ago. It was horrendous, dangerously horrendous. You know, your feet getting caught up in the mats beginning to come up and all that sort of stuff. It was just horrible. That was a beautiful pitch, very fast pitch. I don't know if people have played on a 4G pitch, but it's very, very quick over the surface. And they say it's all weather. Well, I'll tell you something, when it rains, it's a bit slippery, I'll tell you. We've had to coach and have games on that pitch as well. So we are very lucky to have it in the village, but yeah, it's a little bit slippery at times. Just see the sun poking through there. Again, if you've been with me before, you will know how I like my sunrises and sunsets. If you are interested in that, watch some of the crew's shorts. I think there's quite a few of the sunrises, sunsets, and the moon. We had a couple of full moons, blood moons, when we were on the cruise, and of course there's nowhere better. They have now marked that pitch and the goals have now gone back up. And so that will be James's pitch, full-size pitch for next season. It's a shame I can't do more. There's some rabbits over there. This is what I mean. It's a shame I can't do more sort of content reference James and his football, but unfortunately when you're dealing with other parents and other children, you've got to be very careful what you do and don't put on social media, for obvious reasons. So I can't do it, simple as that, which is a shame, because I actually had an idea sort of last season, and not many people sort of picked up on it, but actually doing not a documentary, I think that's a little bit far-fetched, but sort of a memory thing of the season, sort of recording for different times in the season and stuff like that. Not a lot of people were interested. I just thought it was a shame, really, because when people look back at their kids and what they've done, yeah, you might sort of remember certain moments, but it's nice to have something to look back on. So we've got so much video of James over the years, and in time it's lovely to look back at those memories that you made, with people that obviously are no longer with us, and just generally, isn't it, really? So yeah, anyway, I'll get off my soapbox about that, because unfortunately when you're dealing with multiple different people in that situation, you're never gonna win. So that's fine. It's fine by me. My channel will do just fine without it. Right, come on, Azra. So if you've been with me before, that is a park that we walk past when we're on the other side, coming up the road, the moor. Now you will see in a minute where we come out. You might have heard in the background there the train, and that was the train I was telling you about. Sort of the line runs behind the villages here, sort of between Cambridge and London. So it's not a million miles away. Far enough that we don't always hear it like that, but because it's so quiet, and possibly we've got a little bit of a wind in this direction, you can hear it a bit more, but normally you don't hear it. I'm actually beginning to get quite hot now with this hat. I'm going to take it off in a minute, I think. Come on, Azra, let's go. Hat is off. So we'll keep going probably for another few minutes. So do make sure you've liked and subscribed if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you know when we're live again. We will be doing something similar to this in the morning, different walk it will be. Maybe a bit later. Maybe a bit later. Well, maybe start about this time actually. I've relieved the rabbits. This is where James used to play football, on this pitch here, which is what they call an intermediate pitch. I'm actually glad to see the back of it, to be honest with you. There's always so many lumps and bumps and moles, although it was very good that this pitch was by itself, so you sort of had it to yourself, whereas the pitch he's going to be playing on, obviously there is the other pitches around it, but traditionally those pitches are better. I have, in my younger days, played on both those pitches, and they're not bad, to be honest with you. Do sometimes get the issues with moles, but then I think you're going to get that anywhere in villages, aren't you? So, yeah, it's what it is. Right, guys, I think we're going to call this one a day. You're probably bored of me now anyway, so we will reconvene tomorrow at round about the same time tomorrow, and we will do a completely different walk. Cheers, guys. Take care. Have a good day.